All right, let's begin without further ado. All right, so hello everyone. My name is Mr. Joel. Some of you might know me from Teacher Online. So why am I here, you might ask? Well, I am replacing your Saturday teacher because I only teach on the weekday classes for 88 Tuition. I don't teach the weekend classes. So if you come for the weekday class, you might see me. Okay. Hi, Raha. Welcome to the class. All right, let's begin. So here are the things that we are learning today. All right, if you go to the website, right, you should be able to do the work before you come for the lesson, and I highly encourage you to do that so that you are actually prepared for the questions, and then we can save a bit of time. So far, the pupils who have done the work online are Xingyi, Damien, Emma, and Emma. Huh? Emma did it twice. Emma, why do you do it twice? Okay, Jaden, Jervin, and Qihui. Okay, so good job to those of you who did it online. Nice one. And what are we going to cover today? Hi, Qihui, long time no see. Welcome to the class. Hello. I remember you. You had a lot to type in the chat group. All right, so who else? Qihui, Raha, and Emma. Oh, there are two Emmas in this class. I didn't know that. All right, so we have Emma and Qihui and Raha. All right, you're here, present. Mark your attendance. All right. Now I know. I thought Emma did it twice. So there's another Emma here. All right. So as you can see, we are going to do vocabulary MCQs today. All right, vocabulary MCQs, editing, and lastly, synthesis and transformation. All right, but for synthesis and transformation, we are doing conjunctions of time. Right, so we are looking at conjunctions that match two ideas together and try to tell the reader that they both happen at the same time, or they happen very close to each other, like almost sequentially, like the first one happened, then the second one happened. So that's what we're looking at, mostly conjunctions of time. And then we're looking at the conjunction despite as well. So despite is the one that's a bit more tricky. So we are looking at that today as well. Okay. So here is a quick here's a quick reminder to everyone that your seniors are going to take their PSLE this month, right? It's already September, can you believe it? And their first paper is 28th September. So either your school will tell you all to go home, right? Don't disturb your seniors. Or your school will be like, your seniors are taking the PSLE, don't go near them, okay? During that time, I'm gonna shh, be very quiet, right? So, hey, hi Joanne, long time no see. Hello. Wow, your house suddenly changed. Is it? How come your house looks so modern now? Okay, let me take Joanne. Hey, Joanne, you are in. Oh, you're not in this. Oh, you are in this class. Okay. So, like what I was saying, I don't take the weekend classes. I normally take the weekday P5 classes only. So if you come for the weekday one, you'll see me, but not the weekends one. All right. So like what I was saying, your seniors are taking their PSLE soon, okay? And that should be an indicator to all of you here that your own PSLEs are coming as well, all right? Haven't you ever wondered, your seniors only have 9 months, not 1 year. Because if you count January to now, right, to the end of September, that's 9 months. So if you, during your holiday, right, decide not to do anything and not to do any revisions, and you only start to revise at the beginning of next year, right, that would mean you only have 9 months left until your PSLE. Okay, so let that be an indicator to you that it's high time that you should start revising your work already. Okay, now, all right? So at least you start now, you still have September, October, November, December. You have like 4 months, right? And you don't need to revise a lot every day, all right? So the key thing now is to revise your P5 work. Do a little bit every week so that when P6 begins, right, you are very confident in your science knowledge, you're very confident in your maths concepts, and you're confident, right, in your essay writing for your English and your Chinese and or whatever second language that you take. All right. So I highly recommend this. And you know what? I do not work for them. They're not paying me any money or whatever, right, to recommend this. So, but Mr. Joel is recommending this book to you, right? Because I personally found it very useful for my P5 students to practice on this before their P6, all right? So since we're talking about synthesis and transformation today, boys and girls, all right, look for this assessment book on in Popular. All right, it says synthesis and transformation, all right, primary 6. Now the cover will look different because it's a new version. Mine is the old version already. The cover will look different, but you have to make sure that you see this. Marshall Cavendish, right? Buy from Marshall Cavendish because they publish good assessment books. Unlike a lot of the other assessment books, right? They just throw questions at you. They don't explain at all. And then when you do it, you're like, oh, what's happening? I don't know how to do. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? Marshall Cavendish books don't do that. For every chapter, right, depending on what synthesis transformation you're doing, for every chapter, they will at least give you an explanation, and they will give you like very detailed tables to teach you what are the ways that you're supposed to think about how to change the sentences. Okay, and once again, I am from 88 Tuition. I'm not from Marshall Cavendish. All right, so I have nothing to gain by promoting that book to you, but I just find that most Marshall Cavendish books are better than the other assessment books because they are written by people with a lot of experience. All right. So, with that said, all right, that was just a quick reminder to you that you should be revising your P5 work already, starting now. Okay. Here are the class rules for today. Please adhere to them. And I realize that some students are not turning on their cameras. Please turn on your camera so that I know that you're there. Okay, and if I know that you're there, it's easy for you to go to the toilet as well. All right. If there's anything like you need to go to the toilet, right, just message me on the chat. All right, and say, Mr. Joel, I need to go to the toilet. You don't need to wait for me to say, okay, go to the toilet. All right, you just go. And I know when you're back because your camera is on. All right, but if your camera is not on, then you will need to ask me, all right, all the time, which is which serves to backfire. Hi, Damien. Damien, I have taught you before in Teacher Online, haven't I? No? You look very familiar. My goodness. Okay. Jaden and Raha, can you all turn on your cameras, please? Thank you. All right. And if you need to respond in any way, just use chat to answer questions, ask questions. If you really want to speak, right, just raise your hand using Zoom. And then I'll say, okay, speak. And then you can just unmute yourself. All right. And be respectful to all the students and teachers in this class. I mean, there's only one teacher, that's me. Okay. So, as you can see, I've done some annotations here already because this was what I taught the students on Thursday. But look at this, right? The answer for number 1 over here is actually A. Oh, do y'all want me to delete all the ink annotations so that y'all can try it yourself? Who wants me to delete the ink annotation so that y'all can try it yourself? Raise your hand in Zoom. Who doesn't? Doesn't? Oh, y'all all just want it to be there, huh? Oh, okay, sure. All right, it's all there then. Fine. Okay, so look at this question. The governor's death at the time of the country's Jubilee celebrations, it's like the NDP of that country, the National Day Parade, right? Then suddenly the president died. Like, Halima Yacob came for the NDP, then she was like, then she died, right? Same thing over here. The governor died at the time of the country's Jubilee celebrations. Same thing. So it's a very shocking thing, right? People don't expect it. So the idiom that we're looking for over here is actually called bolt from the blue. Okay, bolt from the blue. That's why the answer is A for this one, bolt from the blue. And I think a lot of you got this one wrong, except for Jaden and Si Hui got it correct only. All right, it's called bolt from the blue. And what bolt are we talking about? We are talking about a lightning bolt over here from a blue sky, right? And that means very shocked, very surprised because the sky is blue. You won't expect a lightning bolt to suddenly come, that kind of thing. If you tell me, okay, there was a storm and then there was thunder and lightning in the sky, then yes, makes sense that you might get shocked by a lightning bolt, right? But over here, clear blue sky. Suddenly, lightning bolt hit you. You know, right, that it's very surprising, and you probably offended some lightning god like Zeus or something. He sent lightning bolt, right, shocked you for a reason. Okay, so over here, the expression is bolt from the blue, something totally unexpected. And I believe in Mandarin, you have a similar expression as well. This is an English class, okay, but all right, there's a similar expression. It reminded me of that. All right, I don't know whether you all know that or not, but anyway, all right, that's bolt from the blue. Now, we don't say jolt from the blue, although jolt is the reaction you get when something shocks you, right? You go, then you get a jolt, right? So a jolt can also mean that you are shaken. So a jolt is a very physical thing, like you're suddenly shaken, right, in a very abrupt manner. Like, for example, one day Jaden was in the bus, right? And he was sleeping, and then he had his earpiece in, and he was listening to Ed Sheeran or something. Dancing with my eyes closed. Boom, 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 right? And then suddenly he was like, oh, I want to sleep already. Oh, so good. Then suddenly, right, the bus driver in front was a crazy taxi. Come in, right? The bus driver jammed on the brake. Then Jaden got jolted. Right, that's called jolt. All right, you suddenly like a very sudden action, right? Then you came awake, like, jolt. So you can't say jolt from the blue, right? It's a bolt from the blue. By the way, boys and girls, I don't know whether y'all have whether y'all know anyone who was actually fried by a bolt of lightning before, but my friend, right, got hit by a bolt of lightning when we were in the army. It was quite interesting. And then after that, right, his hair turned white, and there's this pattern on his body that looks like branches, like there's a lot of branches that suddenly grow from his body. It looks like those are like his blood capillaries, like his blood vessels, right? But actually it's not. It's actually the way that the lightning actually traveled through his body that caused that pattern. Something interesting for you all to think about. Maybe I can show you how a lightning bolt actually looks like. A lightning bolt wound. So let's see, lightning injury. Yeah, then you'll remember bolt from the blue, very sudden, right? Like the clear blue sky sign, there was a lightning bolt, and it's just like that, right? So lightning bolt injury. Why is this all blocked? But yeah, you can see this, right? You can tell. See, there's a pattern. Looks like his blood vessels, but it's not. Right? Blood vessels cannot be so thick. Not possible. All right, your blood vessels are very tiny. Even your largest artery is not this thick. Okay, I know because I have seen quite a lot of dead bodies, and then I had to open them up. Okay, so because that's part of my course now, I'm taking a course in medicine right now. Okay, let's continue. So, number one, you don't say a drop from the blue. Over here, right, we say a drop of water. Okay. All right, a drop of water, and a spot obviously doesn't make sense over here, right? So the expression is bolt from the blue. All right, bolt from the blue. And my friend's hair all turned white. And then after that, we called him Raiden, the god of thunder. He was quite unlucky though. Yeah. So over here for question number 2, right? I see that a lot of you got it correct. So good job to you for having it right. All right. A lot of you chose A. So it is not safe for you to go out alone at night. Yes, he's alive, Singy, and very much so. But after he got hit by lightning, right, he just wasn't the same anymore. He gave out a lot of negative energy. And I don't mean that as a joke, because of course lightning conducts because of positive particles and negative particles, right? And then these actually meet, and then the current is sent through, right? But he really became a very negative person, so I'm not sure what happened to him as well. Hey, here comes Gerald and the Sim. I bet he'll be surprised to see me. Hello, Gerald. Hi, Gerald. Please turn on your camera. Hello, Mr. Ender Eyes. Nice to see you again. Hey, hey. Okay, so anyway, over here we say it is not safe. But, okay, what's the difference between safe and secure? They are actually the same thing, all right? But just that secure is an adjective, right? It is not a noun. We're looking for a noun over here. It is not safe, right? As in like the noun safe. It is not safe. It is not the noun over here, right? It is not safe. All right. So Secure is an adjective for safe. You can say a secured location, which means in that location you're protected.